Hi guys, so today's video is all about breastfeeding moms. Now you guys know I do not breastfeed anymore, but I am still a big advocate for breastfeeding your babies. Okay, I think it's very important, but it's been a lot of stigma against breastfeeding kids, whether it's in public or whether it's online to educate other moms. It's just a lot, you guys. And let me show you what I mean by that.
I wanted to breastfeed up to 2 years or more, and nobody in my family had done that before. And I got so many comments about, you still breastfeeding that baby?
Yes.
You don't have to work so hard. Just put a little formula in. I more needed somebody to say, good job. Great job.
I said, isn't it a little cold in here to be doing that?
Oh, well, I'm okay, so.
Situations like this are hard, to do in front of strangers. Like I'm eating now.
As these 13 months postpartum, finally starting to, feel good and all the things. But I got a bone to pick with other moms that be in my business because I'm still nursing my child, and they're asking me, I see you're still breastfeeding. How long are you going to do that? Your boobs are going to sag, and isn't there going to be no recovering from that? Ma'am, why do you care? You ain't got to suck them, look at them, or play with them. Why does it bother you how long I plan on nursing my child? Why? I just never understood why people just feel the need to know that. Like, why you feel like I got to answer that? Why do you feel like you deserve a response to what me and my child do?
I'm a server. Let's talk about breastfeeding at the dinner table. This is going to get so much hate. This is going to get so much feedback. But hey, I don't care. This is my opinion. This is social media. This is what I think. This is how I feel. Me personally, if you're going to breastfeed your baby in a public restaurant, in a public setting, I don't care. Baby has to eat. Of course, baby has to eat. Y'all are eating. Baby has to eat. But as your server, I do not want to see your titties. Okay.
Yesterday, a stranger who was a man told me that I should stop breastfeeding. Now, I don't know where people get the confidence to give unsolicited advice, especially to mums. If you don't know me, my name's Hannah. I'm a 25-year-old mum to 1-year-old Matilda, and we are still breastfeeding. Here she is, coming over to get the spotlight. So yesterday we were at the park, and there was one of those kind of people that does maintenance on the park there, and I know that he didn't mean any ill intent by it, which kind of makes it worse. Because why do people feel so comfortable giving advice that people haven't asked for? Or sharing their opinions when nobody asked? Wave? Because the fact that he didn't mean any harm by it really makes me think that he feels way too comfortable giving advice to women about breastfeeding. So for context, he was lovely, and he was filling up the wood chip on the park, and he had a truck that Matilda was really interested in. So he was like talking to Matilda, and I put her in the swing and she whinged a bit, and he was like, oh, she's a spoilt one. So I was like, yeah, she's spoilt, ha. So he interacted with Matilda a little bit, and then he was like, well, one thing that you don't want to do is have her in your bed. He said to the woman who's co-slept since Matilda was 5 days old. So I was like, oh, we have co-slept until this week when we're trying to move her into her own room. And he was like, well, you'll never get her out of your bed. And I was like, all right. I said, I'm fine. I'm just tired. And he was like, well, what about her dad? Why can't he go in the night? Why do you have to do it all the time? Which again, why was he so comfortable asking these questions?
Exactly. Why should us breastfeeding moms have to conform to what society tells us that we have to conform to? Feeding your child is something that is natural, and breastfeeding your child is it's supernatural. This is what we're supposed to do when you have babies. And if you decide to breastfeed your child up to 6 months or up to a year or even up to 3 years old, that is your prerogative. That you are the mom. You decide on how far you want to go with your child breastfeeding, and don't let others make you feel bad about it like they're doing a lot of these moms out here. Now, as far as them covering up in public and all of that other all of the stuff that they talk about. Me personally, I used to bring a blanket with me to cover up, and just because of, I didn't want people staring. I didn't want people looking at me like I was crazy. But I want to, keep having these conversations about breastfeeding because I think that it's wrong to do moms like this. This is something that a woman that have a baby was designed to do. And by all means, if you don't want to breastfeed, you want to use bottled milk, that is totally fine as well. That is also your prerogative, and you shouldn't be shunned for that either, And it's just sad to see, though, moms being all these comments and just people just being so rude to breastfeeding moms. It's ridiculous. And at the end of the day, we're just giving our babies the best milk.
But this is gonna be the end of our breastfeeding journey, honey. I have been breastfeeding since he was born, so for the last 16 months, and this is gonna be our last feeding. I just wanted to document it so that I can have this memory. His daddy is ready for him to be off, and I am too. This is it, Booga Butt. This is it, Booga Butt. Mommy love you. My big boy. We gotta find some new ways to soothe you, okay? Okay, Home Punch. Girl, he ain't soothing me. Come here. Mommy love you. You love mommy? Oh, big guy. Give mommy kisses. It's mama, baby. Yes. Yes, I'm so cute.
Yesterday, a stranger who was a man told me that I should stop breastfeeding. Now, I don't know where people get the confidence to give unsolicited advice, especially to mums. If you don't know me, my name's Hannah. I'm a